Are you still going to your layout tab, doing a print preview to see your finished product, and then returning to model space to continue working? No, please stop. Here's what you want to do. Simply go to your desired layout tab and done. Your paper space reflects what is going actually to print. How do we do this? Well, this is what today's live show is going to be about. But before, let me introduce myself and say hi to you. So, my name is Irving, and we are the Lazy Architecture channel where we are all about teaching you AutoCAD so you can save time, effort, and money. So, before again we start today's live show, I want to say hi to you on the chat, ask you how are you doing today. I'm doing pretty good so far, so let me know in the chat where are you connecting from, um, so we can start today's live show. So for people who are new to the show, again, my name is Irving, and I show up here with a new live show um, every Sunday around 10 a.m. That is United States, Pennsylvania time. All right. So I'm very excited for today's live show because we're gonna learn something awesome that is gonna help you save so much time previewing your drawings, right? So yeah, let me know in the chat. Um, how are you doing today? Where are you connecting from before we start today's live show? Um, so yeah, we have 3 people connected on the chat. That's awesome that you are here with me today. I'm very excited again for today's lesson that is gonna help you and probably save you some time, right? So, all right, I guess if we don't have questions at this moment, as always, you can interrupt me at any time during my presentation because that's what I do this live show so we can have that interaction. It's a different method of teaching, right? Instead of just me talking all the time. um, I really like and enjoy this way of teaching, doing it live so you can ask your questions and I'll be able to read them. All right, so I think we're ready to start. We have 4 people connected so far. That's awesome that you are here with me today. Um, Lazy Arquitecto family, say hello. uh, Hi, thank you for being here today. With us, we have 6 people connected so far. That's awesome that more and more people are finding these live shows, right? Because I believe is the only one on the internet, right, for AutoCAD. I don't know any other AutoCAD live show. So yeah, so probably we are the only one. So um, we have also Kumar on the chat. Kumar says, hello, sir. How are you? Um, I'm very good, Kumar. Thank you for being here today with us again on another live show. Hopefully, you're going to learn something very useful today. Um, so, yeah. Thank you, Kumar, for being here. So, hope I hope you're doing great. Um, we have also Xiomara Araujo on the chat. Xiomara says, hello, sir. How are you? Very good, and I'm excited about today's live show because I think it's going to be very useful for your workflow in AutoCAD. So, yeah, Georgina, thank you for being here with us in another live AutoCAD lesson, right? So we have Samarth also says hello. Hello, Samarth. Thank you for being here today. I think you are new to the show because so yeah, for people who are new, my name is Irving, and this is the Lazy Arquitecto show where we teach you AutoCAD each Sunday around 10 a.m. That is Pennsylvania, United States time. So yeah, you can join us any Sunday basically. Thank you, Samarth, for being here, and I think we are ready to start the show. All right. Okay, so how do we achieve this? Again, you can interrupt me at any moment with your questions or suggestions, and I'll be able to read them live. All right, so I want to create that interaction with the show. It's not just me explaining and talking all the time. All right, okay. So how do we? Oops! Before I forget, I'm gonna hide myself so you can enjoy a cleaner screen, right? A cleaner lesson. All right. Okay. So how do we achieve this, right? So that when we want to preview our drawing, we simply go to our desired layout, and we will be able to see our final product, even line weights. You can see that I'm able to even see the different type of line weights, right? And this will be applied for any layout tab. So okay, so the way we do it is, let's go to this other, to this other drawing where we don't have this feature or this setup. Let me close this. And again, you can see for this drawing, of course, my preference, it's used like this, and I will have to waste time doing a preview like so and see my final work. Okay, it's looking good. And then I will cancel and go to model to keep working on my drawing and so on. All right, so let's apply and let's see how we can set this up so we can have the final product on a preview automatically, right, on each layout tab. But before, we have a comment on the chat is Xiomara Araujo, just putting happy faces. I'm glad you are happy. I'm very happy too. I'm very excited uh, with today's lesson. Thank you, Xiomara, for participating on this live show. And let's keep moving. So, all right. So the way we do it is in 4 different steps. The steps are very simple. So let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 to view your layout tab as a print preview is by right clicking on your uh, layout tab over here. So let's do a right click, and we will have the option of page setup manager. All right. So once we select that option, this option, of course, is to set some settings regarding this uh, digital paper size in this also called layout or paper space. So yeah, so over here I already set up that it's gonna be a PDF. Plot size, the size is gonna be 24 by 36 inches and so on, but I'm gonna modify it over here by clicking the modify option. So again, here you can set up or pick the different settings for your print preview. So again, PDF, that's fine. 24 by 36, that's fine. Again, this is based on your personal preferences, right? Extends, that's fine. Center, scale 1:1. So it has the true scale. Scale line weights, that's important. That's my CTV file. If you have one, you can pick it there. But the important part of the step 1 is that you need to check the display plot styles. So once you check that, this will, if you hover on it, it says controls whether the properties of plot styles assigned to objects are displayed on the screen. So in to summarize, this is whatever plot style we picked here is gonna reflect on the layout tab. So that's what we want, right? So let's simply check that and click OK, like so. And then finally we can say close. All right. So far that was the step number one. Um, and we see a big difference, right? But we're not still there. We need some extra steps. But before, let's go to the chat because we have a couple of comments, and it's Xiomara Araujo says, "You look very good." Thank you, Xiomara. Yeah, thank you. So let's let's keep moving with the show and the comments. So we have Felicia Hernandez. Felicia Hernandez says, "Good morning, Laser Arquitecto. Bien en tu transmisión." Thank you, Felicia, for being here. For people who don't know, I am from Peru in South America originally, so my second language is Spanish. So Felicia is saying uh, that your live show it's good. So thank you, Felicia, for being here today. We have also Kumar in the chat says it's very interesting. I'm generally uh, busy this method, but excited to learn something new, tips and tricks. Thank you. Um, yeah, Kumar, I'm glad that you feel that way, that you are learning something useful that you can apply to your workflow or to the way you use AutoCAD, right? So that's the goal of this channel, to share share some knowledge, some tips and tricks, anything that we can share with you to simplify your life using the program. So that's our goal. Thank you for letting me know that. We have also Felicia says, "Good morning, Les Arquitecto. Gracias por transmitir en vivo. Bendiciones." Felicia, thank you. She's just basically saying thank you for your live streams. The best for you. Thank you, Felicia. And let's keep moving with the show, right? Again, you can interrupt me at any time. I really like that interaction. And let's keep moving. So we finished the first step, and we said that we're gonna need 4 steps uh, to view any of our layout tabs as a print preview. So the first step that we did, you can see that we have a big difference. But let's do the second step, which is changing the background color of our digital sheet. And the way we do it is gonna be using the options. So let's type that out, options. Um, Once we do that, we're gonna have, of course, this options dialog box in AutoCAD. And over here where we need to go is on the display tab and then colors. All right. So once we do that, you can see that the sheet or layout right now that we are in has this specific color. What we need is to change it to white. All right. So that's all we need here. So we can click apply and close. So look what happened now. Let me click OK. And boom, you can see that we have now we are closer to what we're looking for, which is see our layout as a print preview. However, we're not ready there yet. Why? Let me show you. So we can see that the line weights are not actually showing how they're supposed to be. So basically, if we go to model space, you can see that I have these on color blue, which means I want them to print very dark because this is in front of the building, right? It's closer to us, to the view. So, but that's not reflecting as darker over here. It's basically the same line weight. So that's where we need the step number three. And the step number three, again, is to uh, see the different line weights. And for that, we're going to use the following command or system variable, sorry, LW and display. So that's the system variable that we need to use, line weight displayed. And once we use it, we will have the option right now. You can see is set to off, but if we say on and press enter, you're gonna see a big difference over here. So let's take a look, enter, and boom, you can see how now the line weights really reflect how the final product is gonna be, right? So that's what we're looking for, but we still have a small issue here, and that's what the step number 4 is gonna fix, which is you can see over here that the layers that are on a non-plot, they're not supposed to show up, right? So look over here, we are seeing this viewport and also this text that it's on model space, right? This text over here. So, but in reality, if we do a print preview, let me do it so you can see the difference. So preview, that's the shortcut. You can see that my final product is not gonna reflect that note, neither that viewport on this corner. So then why I'm seeing it, right? I'm not supposed to have it, but that's what the fourth step is gonna fix. So for that, we need to change the color of the layer that we're using it as a non-plot layer. By non-plot, I mean, let me explain you. So these two layers, this text and this viewport, it's on a layer called def points. So let me show you. Let's go to model space, and that's the text, and it's def points also. So it says this node is in a non-plot layer. So by that I mean if I open my layer palette with the shortcut LA, I can see that over here, if I go to the def point layer, which is right here, so def points, and then I expand this, I can see that it's plot, the plot section or icon. So it's kind of grayed out, as you can see it. It's because this way, if I click or if I uncheck or check that, that's how your layer will print in the final drawing or not. So this layer is set to not plot, right? We already see it on the print preview. So let's do a step number 4. So the step number, we have a comment on the chat first before we proceed with the step number 4. So let's click, let's show that up. And it's Samarth. Samarth is asking, what is the specifications of your system? What do you mean by system, Samarth? Do you mean my units, yeah, if you can explain the system, what do you mean by system? Then I will be able to answer your question. All right, so for now, let's keep moving with the step number 4, which is how to handle non-plot layers, right? Such as the def point. So the way we can fix this is by changing the color of the non-plot layer. In this case, I use def points. So changing the color on the ribbon by selecting this color icon. And there are two options, right? We can either change it to white true color and click OK. And this will be able to see actually or not see the layers that are not gonna be layers that are gonna print like this, or the second option, which is the option that I personally like the best, which is changing the color again to something like gray, but again true gray, and clicking OK. And now I will be able to still see my non-plot layers, but very, very light. So I still have it as a reference. So this is my personal option, but again, you can pick true white for your non-plot layer. And this will conclude how you can see your layout tabs as a print preview quickly. All right, so before we wrap up today's live show, I want to go to the chat and see what do you think about today's lesson. Do you think it's gonna be helpful to you? Yes, no. Put it in the chat because that's important. I really want to know um, if how we are doing. Maybe we need to change some things for you to maybe um, get the lessons in a better way. I'm open to any suggestions. So just let me know in the chat what do you think, um, and I'll be able to read your comments. All right. So while you do that, while you let me know in the chat what do you think about today's live show? Helpful? Yes, no. You learn something new? Yes, no. Um, any suggestions? Put it in the chat. Um, so while you do that, I'm gonna mention something very important, which is um, I want to say thank you to people who support my work, right? They support my work either on Patreon or as a YouTube member. So thanks to these people, I'm actually here doing this live show because they believe on what I do. So and I'm very happy and thankful for that. Thank you, supporters. All right, so let's jump to the chat, and we have 7 people still connected with us, which is great. That means um, you were here from the beginning, and now through the through the end of this live show, you're still here. That means you enjoy the live show. If you enjoy it, give them the thumbs up, right? So YouTube or Facebook can keep recommending the show to more and more people, right? So your likes are important. So yeah. So we have now some comments in the chat. I'm gonna start reading them right now. Is Samarth? Uh, Samarth was asking about specifications of your system. Um, yeah, I just wanted to know if you can explain more about what do you mean about system, so I can answer your question. And then Samarth also says, yes, very helpful. Thank you. Oh, yeah. I'm very happy that you found it useful, right? Today's lesson. I believe so too, because, I use it all the time, this technique where I can see my layout tabs as a print preview, so I don't have to waste time using the preview command, going back and forth between. It's yeah. So thank you for sharing your thoughts, Samarth. Um, and let's see. Samarth is also asking about your system means computer. Oh, computer. Okay. All right, Samarth. Yeah, sure. So I mean, I'm using a desktop, right, computer. Let me see, because I'm not really good at computer tech or whatever. But if you give me 1 second, I might check. So I'm using, of course, Windows 11 um, on a desktop computer. My system. You're asking my system, so I'm trying to find that out for you so I can give you a better answer. So again, I'm not like an expert on computer technology, right? But I'm trying to do my best here to answer. So I see 64-bit. That's the operating system. 64. Um, my RAM, it says 32 gigabytes of RAM. My processor says Intel Core i7. So yeah, I think that will answer your question about my computer system, right? So i7 Intel Core, 32 gigabytes of RAM, and 64-bit operating system on a Windows 11 desktop. So I think that's a lot of information, but I think that's what you are looking for. So yeah, I mean, this is a very powerful computer. So yeah, I can, handle many different programs at the same time. I might have Revit in one computer. I might have another rendering program in another, in my other screen, and working simultaneously with no problems of crashing or something. So yeah, so those specs that I just gave you, yeah, those are very powerful. Um, so hope that answer your question, Samarth. And before we wrap up today's live show, let me again read uh, more of your comments. So we have Kumar. Kumar says, your all sessions are very helpful. So don't worry, sir. Thank you again. Um, Thank you, Kumar, for letting me know, for sharing your thoughts with everybody, right? So I'm very happy that that means um, the people are enjoying our live shows, right? And I should continue to do them, right? So yeah, thank you, Kumar, for sharing that. And if we don't have more comments or suggestions today, I think I'm gonna um, wrap up today's slideshow, saying that I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and I'll see you next week on Sunday at 10 a.m. US Pennsylvania time with another AutoCAD live show. Thank you.